Hi, this is 365801 and this is the 24 books that I want to read in 2024. So in 2023 I made a list of 23 things that I wanted to read, but I didn't actually make a video, so I didn't need to be held accountable for the ones that I didn't actually read. So I'm making the video. I've made my list. I'm optimistic. But we'll go through everything. I'm going to start with the prose and then we'll move on to the manga, and I'll say what it is and why I've got it on the list, and yeah, how much of a percentage chance I think I'm going to actually read it in 2024. But yeah, 24 things. Let's go through them really quickly. So the first two are by Alexis Hall. I put some Alexis Hall on my list last year and I read some of them, so I'm putting different ones on the list this year. The first one is A Lady for a Duke, and this is a historical that lots of people have read and really enjoyed. There is queer aspects of it, so I'm probably going to enjoy it. It's been one that I've been kind of quietly excited about, but I don't think I've read any Alexis Hall that's historical yet. I own a few, but I haven't actually read any. So I'm intrigued as to the style of writing transferring over to historical. So I'm intrigued. The other one there is Glitterland, which is part of the Spires series, and I'm hoping to read the full Spires series, or at least what's available in this year. I know that there's going to be a few being released. I have an Audible copy of this one as well, which is another reason to read it. Hopefully going to be getting this done in February. It's part of my 12 and 12, so I'll be talking about that in some videos as well. So yeah, I'm excited about these two. They're going to be easy reads, I think. Fingers crossed. I might take one of them away with me on holiday, so hopefully that'll make it easier to get read. Maybe not. Holiday reads are difficult, so yeah, we'll see. The next two on the list is The Secret Casebook of Simon Feximel and The Nobleman's Guide to Seducing a Scoundrel. Now, I have two physical copies, so I want to get through my physical TBR, and I really enjoyed the first book in the series, The Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen, which gave a little first chapter of The Nobleman's Guide, and I just had to read it, so I have read the first chapter already. I loved it and I'm like, yes, please, I definitely want to read this, and I want to read it pretty soon as well. The Secret Casebook of Simon Feximel, I've had this physical copy for quite some time, but I've also had an Audible copy for even longer, and so when you have an Audible and a physical, it's a little bit more of an incentive to read, because then you're reducing your physical TBR as well as your audio TBR, and I want to get through my audio TBR as much as possible this year, so you'll see a few on the list that I have both physical and audiobook ones of. But this is a KJ Charles. The KJ Charles is going to be a good time no matter what, and I do want to read through all of KJ Charles and get all of KJ Charles, so I'm doing quite well with the collecting, and most of them I've read, but we'll see. I've got a few more to read through before I have caught up and have read all of her back catalogue. Now, another physical that I have on this list is All That's Left in the World. This is by Eric J. Brown. This is another of my 12 and 12 recommendations. I have a physical copy of, so I may as well read it. It's not one that I would generally think of as being my type of book, because dystopian or disaster books are not really something I gravitate towards. I hate anxiety, and these kind of worlds, these kinds of existences fill me with anxiety. Like, are they going to be okay? I know that there's a sequel to this that's just been announced, so it's kind of exciting. So I will try and read this before the sequel comes out, just to see what all the hype is about. This was a recommendation from Dylan, Dynamic Dylan, and it's hopefully, fingers crossed, going to get through my physical TBR a little bit more. I didn't do very well with my sci-fi fantasy stuff last year, so fingers crossed I do better with this one. Another one I have on my physical that I'd really like to get round to is Dark Rise by C.S. Pacat. This came out a while ago because I do have the paperback version, not the hardback version, and I can't remember what the sequel is called, but it's already out. Probably Dark something. Yeah, I can't remember. But I would like to be able to pick that one up as well, but I'll wait until a paperback version comes out of that one, just so that I can keep them uniform, as much as I might like to just go straight and buy a hardback copy of a sequel if I like this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. I did enjoy, of course, Captive Prince and Fence, so I'm looking forward to this one. I'm not sure, should I wait until it's finished? Because I don't know, is it going to be a trilogy? Probably. But I kind of want to get on the hype of Dark Rise and whatever the sequel is called as well. So I have this in the collection. I want to read it. I'm excited to read it. I may as well just read it. And even if it means that I need to do a reread later on, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, maybe take my time reading this so I can really absorb the story. It's quite a thick boy, but it is one that I think will be enjoyable for me. Now, the next two that I have on my list are ones that I have in my physical collection. They are not necessarily male romance, but there are queer characters, and I have audio versions of them. They're in my Audible subscription. So I picked these both up. I've got the Audible version, so it's going to make it a bit easier to read. I know that the sequel to the Atlas 6 is already out, and I think I can even get it through my library at some point. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if I put some sort of hold on that or reserve on it, and by the time that it looks like I'm gonna get it, I can maybe plan to read this first one of the Atlas 6 and then go straight into the next one if I enjoy it. So yeah, we shall see. I've heard a few things about Olivia Blake's work. Some of the synopsis always sound really interesting, and lots of people did enjoy it. It's a must-read TikTok sensation. I picked both of these versions up in the charity shops for like £1 or £2, something like that. So the physical is not really too much of an issue, but I do have the Audible versions, which will make it really easy to read, which will be absolutely necessary, I think, for The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. It is a beast. It's so thick. And it's just so daunting. That's the reason why. But I kind of feel like I need to branch out. I know this is a sapphic fantasy, dragons, all that kind of stuff. Lots of people have said it's really great. That there is a second book. Is it a sequel? Is it companion? I don't know. But yeah, that came out as well. So both of these are ones that have next books in the series, and I may as well try them and see if I want them, and then if I want, then go out and get them. And I think both of these, the sequels, are available through my library. So yeah, I should probably make more of an effort to read these and get them off my TBR, because I have both versions, which will help me immensely, and the availability of sequels cheap or free through my library. So yeah, that's why I'm putting these on the list, even though they're not my usual fare. Now the next ones to talk about are ones that are either just available digitally or through Audible. The first one is a digital one, as you can see, Something Wicked. This is by Lily Morton. I am up to date with Lily Morton. I have read all her male romance back catalogue, everything, except this came out on the 3rd of January 2024, so it's on my TBR. Like, I definitely want to read it. I can get it through KU, easy peasy. I just haven't sat down and read it yet because I've been reading some other things, and I kind of want to really enjoy it. Wondering when, like, a really great time might be in like a summer ween type thing. That might be a really great time to read it. So I'm not planning on picking up straight away. I'm pretty sure that like maybe in a few months' time, maybe it'll be a year before we get the Audible version of it, but I might wait and see if I can get the audio. So it might be something I read in the summer, or it might be something I wait and read in like October time, because it will be spooky and I will enjoy it. And it is the third book in the Black and Blue series, which I've enjoyed immensely and was the reason I got into Lily Morton in the first place. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this third book in the series. A next third book in the series that I have an audio version of is Deadbeat Druid. This is the I think the final book. This is the third book anyway. in the series. This is the Adam Binder series, and I've only read them free through Audible, and then the third book came out and I purchased that so that I could read the final one. I bought it last year or even the year before, and I just haven't got around to reading it. I don't know what it is about the third book of the series. It's just stopping me from reading. But yeah, this one I have the Audible, so I want to get it off my TBR in my Audible shelf. I kind of like, let's go through the books that you have, read what you own already, and also finish this series so you can say you finished the series, which is great. And the other one, it's also an Audible one I own, and that is the Hourglass Throne, which is the tarot sequence, I think, series. And this is the one that I've been putting off massively because I am very afraid, and I'm 100% convinced that I'm going to be very sad reading this one. I'm never really like 100% into it. It's always just something happening in the background and me kind of being annoyed with the characters, and yet I'm kind of still into it and I remember everything that happens. So as much as I want to be like, no, I don't really care about these, like I kind of do, and that's probably why I haven't read the third one. I also have the spin-off one as well as an Audible, so I could read that one as well. So I kind of feel like I need to read the Hourglass Throne before I can read that, and once I've read this one, it will complete the series and I'll be able to kind of start the next one, and I'll be able to get 2 off my Audible TBR, and that's the main thing. So yeah, these are the prose ones that I'm interested in reading and getting through for my either Audible or physical TBR. Let's quickly go on to the manga now, and this is volume 4 of Cast Heaven, which I picked up in January, which means I now have all the volumes of Cast Heaven, which means I am definitely reading this in 2024. If this is not read by the end of 2024, someone do something. It's a crisis. It's an emergency. Like, something's wrong. Because I've been wanting to, very excited to read the whole of Cast Heaven, but it took me forever to get this volume 4. So yeah, if anyone wants to buddy read with me, if they haven't read it already, or if they're going to do a reread, let me know. I'm up for any buddy reads for any of these. Any buddy reads at all. But yeah, Cast Heaven, I need to read. I have done the first 3 and it's effed up, and I'm okay with that. I don't know why. But yeah, this is definitely going on my you need to read this, and I'm pretty confident that there'll be 1330s that I will be able to take part in and read some of these in if they're not buddy reads as well. Another Sublime title, this is Madk. This is another pickup from my January haul, and this is by Ryo Suzuri, and it's volume 3 of Madk, and I am so excited. Like, I'm so excited about this. This is definitely one that, I am so excited. Like, I want to just rip it open right now and read it, but I want to do a full reread. I love the fact most of these on this list for the manga are series, because I have them all and it's like, finally, I must read. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading Madk. This 3rd volume is thick boy. So it's just gonna be great. But yeah, it's gonna be a luxuriant experience reading this one. And I'm kind of sad it's finishing, but at the same time, I really am excited to see how it ends. Sticking with the Viz media, because Sublime is technically Viz as well, is My Love Mixup. Volume 9 is here. This is by Ariko and Wataru Hinekure, and I picked this up in January as well, so that means I want to finish this series. I wanted to get it in December, but I didn't get around to it, and I do want to do a big reread, so I'll probably just choose to do that. I might just do a little like mini vlog of just me rereading the whole series and then finally reading volume 9. Oh, it's gonna be so sad and I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna really enjoy this. I want to experience the whole series in a big binge read, so yeah, this is definitely going on the list. I will 100% have read this by the end of the year. Now, a couple of upcoming spoilers for my haul video for February. This is The Titan's Bride. It's volume 1. I already own a volume 2, and I picked up in February volumes 1 and 3, so I can read volumes 1, 2 and 3. So I'm gonna read it. Once I have a volume 1, it means the green light is on. It's go, you can read it. So yeah, I'm just waiting for probably a readathon or something that will make this an enjoyable experience. And yeah, so probably just waiting for April 1330. I've got so much to read. I'm gonna have a great 1330. It's gonna be fab. But we'll see how busy I am as well. But this is definitely gonna get read. This is 100% gonna be an easy read for me. Now, the next spoiler for the February haul, if you haven't already, go and check it out. It's probably up on the channel. This is Twilight Out of Focus by Janome. This is a Kodansha / vertical publication. This is volume 1, and I, spoiler alert, have all 4 volumes that are out already. So I have the whole series that is available. I don't know if there's any more. I'm gonna have to check it out. But this is one that I can read, and I can read straight away. So I'm going to. This is going to also be probably read during a readathon, because that seems to be where I do most of my manga reading. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Twilight Out of Focus. I don't actually know anything about it. I've heard lots of people say this is great, but I haven't heard anyone say what it's about, and that's okay. I can go in blind and really enjoy myself. And there's a few things that I have in my collection that I would like to read that I've already read, but this is, I think, the only one that's going on that's an actual reread. I know I've read Prince Charming, but it's been such a long time. This is an older June manga title by Akumi Takaido, 3 volumes, and I really wanted to read it last year. I just want to read it. It's just there. It's like, it's just crying out for a reread. I know it's messy, and it's messy AF. Like teachers and students and all kinds of nonsense, and I'm really, like, as much as I remember it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be terrible. I'm going to love it, because Akumi Takaido is a really great mangaka, and she's not got a lot of stuff printed in English and available for us. And I have all 3 volumes, so I'm kind of putting this down a reread for my 24 and 2024. I know, but I still really want to read it. It's something that's like, you know, when you have a craving for Chinese food and you don't have it, and the craving just lasts and lasts until you finally give in and get Chinese food. That's what this is for me. This is what I have, a craving for Prince Charming. Picked up a big haul in, was it November? And I read pretty much all of it, except for 4 volumes of Double. Now, I don't know how many volumes there are that's available or out, but I have 4 volumes in my collection that I really wanted to be able to read last year, and I just didn't get around to. I know it's about acting, and I quite like those kinds of stories to do with actors or performances, and a lot of people said that this is a really good one from Tokyo Pop, and the fact that I have the 4 volumes means it's going to be really easy for me to just sit and binge it, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, one that I meant to read last year, but I didn't actually get round to, and that is Ten Dance. I read this volume, volume 1, but I needed to pick up volume 2, and then I did. And I picked up volume 6, and I did, but then volume 7 came out, and then I was like, oh, I'll wait and then binge it. And now I'm like, this is a dense story, just get it done. And then when you pick up a volume 7, you can just read that volume, you know, don't need to binge all of the series. So this is one that I'm like, you need to catch up with what you've actually got. And now that it's, you know, 6 volumes that you need to read, because you need to reread volume 1 because you can't remember everything about it, it feels more daunting. So just to get it out of the way, and also because I know I'm going to enjoy it, I want to read Ten Dance. It's one that loads of people love. I really enjoyed the first volume. I remember Inoue Sato's work is very sensual, and I remember this being very masculine and all about dance, and I'm just like, yes, this is going to be good. Just bite the bullet and do it. And the other long-running Kodansha series that I have not made too much of an effort to read is Hitorijime My Hero. I have up to volume 13, I think. So that's a lot, but I really want to. And, you know, I could just do like 1 a month. It would get me, you know, quite solidly through to the end of the year. Or I could just read them as and when. So I might just do that and see, because it might be too much to binge. And now it feels like it's too daunting. So I might have to split this up. But it doesn't matter, I just need to read it. I have read this first volume, I've read Hitorijime Boyfriend, and I just need to carry on with the rest of it. So yeah, this is my plan, to get Hitorijime My Hero read as much as I can in 2023. Even if it's just volume 2 and 3, I feel better. Now I'm showing both of these at the same time because honestly I wasn't sure if I wanted one or the other, but I would like to read To Take an Enemy's Heart. I have all 9 volumes, so I would like to read them at some point. But I also put Boy Princess there, but I'd like to do it as a buddy read. So no pressure, Katie, don't worry. But if she does collect them all, we could maybe do it. And if she doesn't, and I don't get it read this year, and I get it read like the next year or the year after that, or whenever she completes it, and we could do it as a buddy read, that's cool too. But I just wanted to put it on the list because when I went into the drawer of my net comics, there was a few there that I was like, oh, I just don't want to read them. These are the ones I'm excited about reading. So I felt like putting something on the list that I'm excited about is much more likely to make me read it, and also I'm more likely to read it because I'm excited. The other things are still sitting there unread because they're not as exciting, whereas for some reason To Take an Enemy's Heart has just been calling to me for ages, and I'm like, yeah, I really want to. It's 9 volumes and I think it's going to be messy, and I'm just kind of here for the messiness now. I don't know what it is, but yeah, Boy Princess is also going to be messy. If it's anything like Sweet Blood, oh my god, I'm gonna have a great time. So yeah, these are 2 that I'm putting on as possibles for the year. Now the penultimate, because I do think this is this number 23? It should be number 23. Hopefully, fingers crossed it is. That I actually don't think I'm gonna get read, but I'm putting it on here anyway because I'm like, god damn it, just read it. This is Gravitation. I have the singles, I have the omnibus, and they're reprinting it. And I still have not actually read it. I've watched the anime. I did. So, that's about it. I know it's going to be tough. But maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do it as like a Patreon only, like read 1 volume at a time and just put them on my Patreon as the year goes by, so that they can see my suffering from Gravitation. Because I do think it's going to be, I do think it's going to be one that I'm like, I'm not sure about this, guys. I'm not sure. But that's probably why I've been put off. But if I look at it as it's fine to roast this, it's fine because you're just putting it on Patreon. It's just Patreon that gets to see this roasting. I'm not going to be strung up by the BL community for not liking it if I don't. And that's kind of like a pressure point, you know. It's like, do I actually want to read this? Is it going to be enjoyable? And I'm actually genuinely concerned that it won't be. So yeah, I might find a way to create some content. It might be a Patreon exclusive for this if I actually get around to it. And finally, number 24 is Monster and the Beast. This is the final volume of the 4-volume series by Renji and published by Yen Press, and this is an exclusive sneak peek of my March haul video. So I'm pretty sure this video is going to go out before that is. So yeah, this is going to be on it. My haul video in March will be significantly smaller than my January and February one. I'm saying that now. Mainly because I haven't got too much stuff in my little stack for the March video. And also because I've already filmed my February one, so that's whatever arrived right at the end of February. So it'll be my March haul. This one came and I was so genuinely excited. So excited about it. So yeah, this means I can finally read the final one. This is brand new, still in its plastic, and I would like to do a reread of Monster and the Beast and then find out what happens in the end, because it's just this volume. I really want to know. It's got way too many unanswered questions. But yeah, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be wonderful. But yeah, this is a wee sneak peek of what's going to be in my very small haul video for March, and I'm truly excited about this one. There's not terribly many that I'm like, I feel a deeper connection to, but Monster and the Beast, and I think it's because of Renji, and Renji's such a great mangaka for interacting with foreign fans. Renji really takes the time to try and communicate in different languages and enjoys the interaction of foreign fans and their love and appreciation. and has had a couple of interactions with me on like Twitter and stuff, and I just think that's really lovely. So I do have a soft spot for Renji as a creator, but I really do love Monster the Beast. So yeah, this is going to be the final one, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to get it read for 2024. So this is my final stack for 2024, along with the 3 others that are either Audible only or digital only at the moment anyway. So these are the physical ones that I'm going to be putting on this TBR for the year. And I'm pretty confident. In fact, I'm very confident. Oh, the famous last words. I'm very confident that I will read a lot of the manga for sure. And I'm pretty confident about most of the prose. Not everything. But yeah, I would love to know what your thoughts are on this as a TBR. Do you think I'll do it? How many do you think I'll actually get done out of the 24? If you want to, down in the comments, you can put like a guess, and then we can come back to it at the end of the year and I can rewatch this video and then compare and contrast what your guesses are and how many I actually got done. I think that'd be kind of fun. Also, if you're planning on reading any of these and you'd like to buddy read with me at some point during the year, I would certainly enjoy some moral support throughout the year doing some of these. I think I'll probably take a couple of them on holiday with me. I am going on holiday at the end of March, so I'll probably take a couple of the prose to read while I'm on holiday. I'm thinking maybe A Lady for a Duke and The Nobleman's Guide to Seducing a Scoundrel. That might be a good one to take to enjoy in the sunshine. So yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on any of these titles, if you want to buddy read, and also how many do you think out of 24 I will get read by the end of the year. I'm usually quite good about getting things done, but not always. I can let you in on a secret. I've already started Glitterland, so that's going to be at least one. So yeah, let me know what you think of this selection and this TBR. I'm hoping to get through a lot more of my physical and audio and manga TBR, and get the numbers down and read what I have rather than continuously buying more stuff, she says, after having had 2 of the biggest haul videos that you've ever made. But yeah, thanks for watching to the end of this video. Hopefully it's not too long. Have a great day, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!